friends, today you guys are joining me for my August setup for my Cocoa Daisy insert. I've gotten all the pages ready to go. I've got my kit laid out and ready to go. This should take no time at all. Date them and add some fun deco stickers to make sure your month starts off with absolute blasting success. Nothing too complicated, just cozy planner relaxed time to let us ease into a new month. So let's get started. I'm just kind of revisiting what I've been working on with August because I've put it away for about a month and now it's time for me to get back again into August and get it all set up for you. I couldn't even remember if I'd actually reordered the pages. I do have something up my sleeve for September's book and I want to test it out before I show you guys. So that's just a little side note, but I do like to spend only an hour putting down the dates and the decoration for each of the daily pages. I don't want to spend any more time than that because I don't know if I really need to. I love setting myself as a time limit because it really cuts down on a lot of decision making. Does this look good here? It's really a yes or no answer. There's no wishy-washy at all. I really wanted to delineate work and home. If you've been watching any of my videos lately, a lot of the times when I'm in my planner, I have an idea of a thing I'd like to do and I just throw it in my daily page. And that's not working out so well for me, at least in either department. I need to make sure I have those two different things focused separately. So a lot of the time you'll see page divisions within each of the daily spreads, and especially with the page that is the opposite of the striped page. So I trying to do a better job at church and state, two separate things. This is obviously reordered, so I don't really have a plan in mind a lot of the times when I turn the page, but I really saw this stripe, the green stripe across the top, and I thought, well, that's just about the same size as the washi. Let's make some sort of division that goes across the top and along the side. And it turned out pretty cute. I have never done that sort of thing ever in a notebook. I can't believe it. So that was fortuitous. Again, I think I'm still having a hard time, just like last month, with these rectangular traditional boxes and making sure that they kind of get incorporated within the page, because right now you can totally tell it's a rectangle box and this is what it is. So I always just try to minimize that one edge to make it look like it flows a little bit better with the page. And I think that's why I don't really use those 1.5 inch boxes quite often. And I did have somebody mention not too long ago, they don't know what to do with those dots and what I call the watermarks, and then like the swishes with the watercolor. And I usually use them for layering under dates. And so I just did that, if you're wondering. This washi tape is a lot of yellow. I'm not gonna lie. Yellow is one of those you either love it or you hate it kind of colors. And I think that's also with purple, and it's done in both of these kits. And sometimes I have a hard time with those two colors. So if you can see that I'm not using yellow a lot, that's probably the reason. I think it's very, it's a one way or the other color. I did have somebody mentioned last month when I was doing my setup video for July that they asked, why didn't I use the Hello July sticker in my spread? And they're not wrong. I mean, obviously it's a choice. We all can make our own choices with what stickers we want to use. But this month I made sure that I did incorporate that one sticker because it was just brought to my attention. And usually when I'm putting these spreads together, I don't even think about what day of the week it is. I actually get halfway through this next page and I realize that I forgot to write down my kid's 13th birthday and our anniversary of 26 years. So I actually go back and put those things in. So I'm just in the groove, decorating, getting it done, and not really thinking about the day itself, which I will eventually when I get to that day and I plan the day out. And because I reorder the pages, I do have to double up Saturday and Sunday. Normally, if you just leave the weeks in the front of the book and then all of the daily pages behind, there'll be enough for 31 days, even if the month doesn't warrant it. But because I reorder the pages, I do tend to have to double up on days depending on how I reorder the pages. So I'm going to work on that for next month. I'm really excited to show you guys what happens there. And here is the part where I need to write down those two. We call it double day at our house because it is, I was induced, the doctor said, okay, so I have an opening on the 31st and that is when you're gonna have your last kid. And I was like, great. And it's also my anniversary. So it's a special day, and we usually just 100% focus on Eli because as soon as he's out of the house and on his own, we can go back to celebrating for just us. Again, you can see that I'm trying to make home and work two separate boxes. I'm not sure that's quite enough space for me to have for this week. And I also like to invent different ways of making separations between the top and the bottom, or the left and the right of the page. And I love that fern frond, and I wish we had more of them in the kit because I would have used them constantly as divisions. This special week I have coming up in August is going to be a fun one for me. So I have to make an extra large amount of food. I'm having quite a few family members coming into town, and I need to make sure I have food ready, food prepped, because I want to spend as least time as possible in the kitchen for sure. And so I'm actually making very large sections of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And usually I only have dinner plans for the week in this spread. And that is why I have made it such a big focus point in here. I am going to, in the 5th week that I normally don't use in the Cocoa Daisy insert, I will be putting together a master list of projects, meal prep, food prep that I need to get done before that week. So next week is going to be kind of busy. And then the first few days of August, which are in here in the last few days of August. Usually that 5th week, I've already moved into the next month. I always like to do that. Are you guys the same way where you like to start the month already in the month you're going to be spending in? If you guys know what I mean. I think this page turned out particularly lovely. And I don't wonder why. I think it's because I love the cluster up in the center that is a combination of watercolor and, of course, the beautiful flowers. Again, I really need to do a better job of getting more word stickers within my spread. I really want to add more quotes, that sort of thing, within the spread during the week. And I wonder if I need to subscribe to a different kit on the side, because there are a lot of other kits, especially the journaling kit, where you get at least one sheet of quotes and sayings. And I think that would be fun to kind of add into the planner as I move along. I never can remember the day of the week I'm working on because, again, I'm in my groove. I don't remember. And I can't tell you how many times I make mistakes while doing the setup. I love this little ombre sticker, and I'm surprised I actually covered it up with a circle sticker because I love the ombre so much. I really wasn't thinking. If I was really thinking, what I should have done is taken that circle sticker and to cut it in half and used it for one for Saturday and one for Sunday. And this is the perfect example of me messing up with my dates. That's why I have to go in order. I forgot to put the dates on Friday. And so I've now corrected myself, which is fine. I don't mind at all. And the stickers that come in the Cocoa Daisy kit are very resilient. I have very little time that I actually rip one in half or rip the paper underneath. So kudos to, I've always loved Cocoa Daisy stickers. Nothing wrong with that. Last month, I did something like this with my meal plan in the July, and I had so much fun with it, so I had to recreate it. So yes, they have 7 hex stickers, and then I use the dates letters, the Monday through Sunday stickers on the bottom, and this is where I put my meal plan. My friend Carol, hi Carol, thanks for watching. She's a super sweet Carol. You have to follow her, mom.plans, if you haven't already. She's always wondered what to do with the hex boxes, and there you go. That's what I do. I loved these tall flowers. I was like, let's use those as a line up and down. And I really should have grabbed a pen and kind of made like a bow in between them to make sure like they were having fun and somewhat connected in the middle, but I probably will get to that later. But again, I'm trying to make sure that I have a home and a workspace. So this is the middle of the planner, and when I reorder the pages, sometimes I staple them and sometimes I don't. And apparently I had a staple debacle, which is just fine. The middle page came out. And when I did the math, I realized I really don't need one of those pages. I just need literally one front and back piece. And so I was like, let's just do a little tip in action because I don't want to have to restaple this whole thing again. Apparently wasn't very diligent with my stapling, which is fine. So I just kind of cut it a little bit smaller than the page so I could use some tape and tape it in. And then I would have a page for all of the days of the week. So I'm not missing any days and I don't have to double up. So it's actually kind of a blessing. This washi tape was from the last time we had a butterfly kit that was coordinated like this. I don't remember the name of it. Throw it in the comments if you do. It was really quite beautiful as well as this one. I wonder if you guys have noticed this. You probably have if you're an older subscriber. If you're a new one, you probably haven't, but the dates, I don't always have to put them at the top of the page, and I'm okay with that. It's not like sacrilegious to put them at the bottom of the page. I just don't like things that are not grounded. If I put a date sticker on the top of the page, I'm gonna have to put several things behind it to make it stand out, because if I just put the date sticker up there, it kind of like it just looks weird, if you know what I mean. I know a lot of people who use the Cocoa Daisy inserts and don't actually use the date stickers to date each page. What they do is just have a basic running list. So say it's August 1st, they'll write down everything they need to do for the day, including the timed events. And then wherever that list ends, that's when they make the new page. So it's kind of like a mojo. That's a bullet journal for those of you who are not very familiar with that term. I do enjoy using this in the bullet journal style if it would suit my lifestyle, but right now I'm so stuck in the weeds with being a busy mom with this and all of the activities that go along with having two teenage boys at home. And then I don't really count my two adult boys because they're on their own now, and I don't really have to keep track of them except for, how you doing, that sort of texts and whatnot. But I do enjoy making sure that I get some time and space and energy devoted to the kids that I still have at home. This is a fun week. I had done this as a project for 10 projects, 10 days. And so now I don't even have to set up that day at all. I think it's perfect the way it is. I had forgotten that the first day of school is the Friday the 15th. So I went back and decided I probably should add that. I think the kids are looking forward to it just as much as I am. I think this is from Stephanie. Stephanie, if you're watching, she is a member of my Patreon group. And she showed in the Cocoa Daisy fan group, and she also mentioned it to me, that she loves to use her little tiny scraps as little bouquets that she puts in the front of her planner. Well, then I got to thinking about making my own type of bouquet to add to my planner, and I just put those 3 tiny pieces on a sticker release paper, and I put one of the washi stickers, one of the very few I have left because I used them so tremendously with the setups that I did, and I just created a sticker for the bottom of my page with those extra scraps, and then I put another die cut on top, and that's where I'm going to be putting my date stickers as soon as I find them. I couldn't find them. That's the trouble with these setups. I put them down, but I've done a pretty good job, I will have to say, and having a separate functional pile, and I've kept the deco pile quite separate, which usually doesn't happen. They usually get piled and put into one. I'm looking down left, looking at what's left of my stickers and for my kit. And I am determining that I probably don't have enough to finish up making my August Planner Perfect journal using some of this Cocoa Daisy kit, because I really used quite a few already. So stay tuned for what that's going to look like. That comes out in a couple days. So feel free to jump back in here if you want to see how I honestly, I just want to get her done. I'm not kidding. I am literally adding more stickers just because I want to be done with the sticker sheet. Are you guys like that too? Let's find a home for all of these, because it's such a satisfying feeling when you finish another sticker sheet. I'm at less than 45 minutes, well, around 45 minutes, and I'm all finished. Here's the final flip through. It feels so good to have this organized and ready to go before the end of the month. I know you guys enjoy watching these, and I know you guys enjoy setting yours up just as much. Hopefully, I provided you with a little bit more inspiration on how you can use your stickers in your Cocoa Daisy planner. All right, that's it. August is officially all set up. I am so ready for this month. I always love taking the time to set up my planner before the month begins because it starts to feel like a cozy little home that I can call mine. If you're working on your setup too, tell me the things you are enjoying about it. And if you've got the same kind of August vibe I have, let me know. I really did enjoy this, so don't forget to leave a comment below, like and subscribe, because I have tons of new and different ideas about using your kits, your planners made just for you. And if you enjoy this, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, especially if you're one of my Patreon friends. I love to see you both here and over there. I'll have more creative goodies coming your way real soon. Bye guys.